Hello, today we are going to be deciding the age-old question, which is better, traditional or digital drawing? So first we're going to start with the pros in traditional drawing. Now in traditional drawing, it is a lot more time consuming, seeing that you cannot undo all your mistakes easily. You have to erase. There is no bucket fill or fill tool. You have to do everything by hand. Now, traditional drawing can be many different things. What I have here is just a normal pencil drawing sketchbook. This is mainly used for dry media. However, you can use markers or pens for these type of pieces of paper. However, watercolor is different. That's called a wet media. Now, wet media is like paints or oil paints or anything in that area, and that will, with this type of paper, bleed through. Like in my last drawing that I did, I drew Jeff the Land Shark from Marvel Rivals. You can kind of tell that there is some bleed through. Now it isn't that much because the markers I used were very much drier and more friendly to this type of paper. However, if you used a more wet and bolder type of marker, it most likely will bleed through. So you have to keep in mind what material you're using and what paper material you're using for your drawings. Now for the cons. For the cons, you have limitations, physical limitations. For example, the size of paper. I have this type of smaller type of sketchbook, but I also have this Bristol board, and this is made for more wetter type of medias, but this size, you can do a lot more detail with this type of paper instead of the small little sketchbook. For the pros in digital drawing, one of the pros is this, a pen, a digital pencil. This is an Apple Pencil 10, no, Apple Pencil 2, the USB-C version, where this little cap can come off and then you can charge it with a cable. Now the reason I got this pen, there are some pros and cons to this pen. This pen, you can charge it while you're drawing, but the cons, you have to control your pen width and your pressure, because there is no pressure sensitivity on this pen. Once you put the pen down on the tablet, it'll do the same line the whole time. However, there is speed control, so you can get tapered lines. You just have to do it differently than you would with a pressure sensitive tip. So another thing, this is an Apple Pencil. Because it's an Apple Pencil and it's connected to an Apple iPad, this is the 10th generation iPad that I have. Since it's an Apple Pencil, you can be drawing with just your bare hand on the tablet like this. However, there is a one purchase that you can make that'll make your drawing a lot more smooth and controlled. And that's a glove. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? This glove only has 2 fingers. How can this be a glove? And I'll show you. You wear it like this. You grab your pencil and you just draw like normal. However, when you start drawing, you'll notice that your hand glides a lot more because it's a cloth glove, and it'll glide across the iPad easier. Now, what I don't have is what is called realistic screen protectors, and those help you with basically texture. And usually when you're drawing traditionally, paper has a grain to it. It's not perfectly flat. So when you draw, it'll be bumpy a little bit. So if you want to get more of a realistic type of feel when you're drawing, a realistic screen protector is really nice for those type of drawings. Now, pros and cons to the iPad itself. Now this iPad is a 10th generation Apple iPad, and it does have some pros from other more expensive professional drawing tablets that you might find on the internet. One, it's a lot cheaper. Yes, it is Apple, but most drawing tablets that are bigger than my desk do exist. And most professional drawing tablets are a lot more expensive, and they don't have their own operating system. They require a PC or another computer to power and have a program that you can draw with. And the tablet is just another screen that you can draw on with a pencil or a digital pen. Another nice thing with this, as compared to other professional digital drawing tablets, is it's portable. It's a lot smaller. You can fit it in most bags, backpacks. Now, some of the cons. The same con with the pen, where there's no pressure sensitivity. There's no pressure sensitivity on this iPad at all. So even if I wanted to draw with my finger, it wouldn't have any pressure sensitivity. The second thing is this pencil is the only pencil that is compatible with this iPad. I have no clue why Apple does this. It just was a weird time when this iPad came out that there was no next-gen pencil that could connect to this iPad. So they made another pencil, which has a cable port that you can plug into it, and that is how you draw with this iPad. Now, it is compatible with the first generation pencil. However, first generation pencil has a lightning cable instead of the USB-C cable. So you need an adapter in order to plug it into this iPad and have it charge and work. That's why I got this pencil, because that's a hassle that I don't want to deal with. So which one's better? So I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you are getting into drawing or you want to choose traditional or digital drawing. Now, my personal opinion, I suggest starting traditionally, because once you know how to draw on pencil and paper, you'll be able to transfer all of that information into knowing how to draw digitally, and you'll just be adding more information on how to use the software instead of still having to learn how to draw. And the second thing with traditional art is it's actually cheaper when you start out. And if you don't like it, you didn't spend that too much money on it, you just bought a little sketchbook and a couple pencils and maybe some pens. Now, with digital drawing, it is actually, I feel, better once you go intermediate or professional with your drawings. Now, there are some professional traditional artists, but I feel like you can do a lot more with digital drawings. You can add layers, you can undo, you can render with a lot more detail. In a digital art, there's a bunch of shortcuts and easy ways to do things that would take forever to do on traditional sketch pads or paper. So for the winner, for the best medium, goes to digital. They just have a lot more pros and there's a lot more flexibility when it comes to using digital. However, that's not completely saying traditional is useless. It is very useful for beginners and people who are wanting to get into art, which is probably most of the people watching this video. So the winner goes to digital art. Thank you for watching this video. So for our next video, I had an idea. I want everyone who's watching this video to go down in the comment section and comment a question that you have for me about drawing, about art. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I'll do my best to answer all those questions that you have. So please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.